Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I begin in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. I am the Honorable Mohamed Alpha Jalloh of Falaba district, the land of milk and honey. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I intend to be very brief. Therefore, I am going to speak on just 3 points. Yes, that's it, just 3 points, no big deal. Honorable members, they say charity begins at home. Therefore, point number 1, I am going to begin to talk about issues that relate to my district. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, on the 10th of November 2023, the minister stood before this noble house and made a declaration. Mr. Speaker, in paragraph 125 of the budget, the minister said the allocation for roads includes the reconstruction of Kabbalah, Falaba, and Kubola Road. Mr. Speaker, sitting here on that day, I jumped for joy, thinking that the days of struggle are over in my district. But Mr. Speaker, little did I know that it was a scam. It was a scam because when I zoomed into the Sierra Leone Public Investment Program under Annex 5A, I realized that the money allocated for that road is a mere 35 million new leons. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, an allocation of 35 million new leons, which is equivalent to $1.2 million for a 73-kilometer road, is tantamount to mockery and deception and insult to the people of Falaba district. Why? So today, Mr. Speaker, I stand before this noble house to make a declaration that the people of Falaba district have been deceived by this government. They have been deceived by this government because to allocate.
I have a point of order which I will entertain.
With that said, Mr. Speaker, honorable members, allow me to move to my second point.
Enjoy yourself.
In paragraph 14, I quote the minister said, inflationary pressures persisted throughout 2023, reflecting imported inflation, domestic food supply shocks, adjustment in fuel prices, continuous depreciation of the exchange rate. Inflation surged to 54.5% in September of 2023 from 37.1% in December 2022. Quotation closed.
14, sir.
Paragraph 14, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable messed that geopolitical tensions, including the war in Ukraine and Palestine, are responsible for the menace we face in this country. Mr. Speaker, whilst we grapple with inflation, uncontrolled inflation in Sierra Leone, our neighboring Liberia, inflation sits at 7.6%. While food prices decreased by 1.6% in 2022. And neighboring Guinea, inflation sits at 10.46%. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the obvious question to the minister and the government by extension is SO2, Mr. Speaker, how we connect?
How we connect?
How we connect? How we connect like Ukraine and Palestine? Oh, when Guinea and Liberia don't connect. How we connect? Mr. Speaker, honorable members, the truth about inflation 101 tells us the main causes of inflation is increased money supply, which is the M3 money in circulation,
More than goods available.
and the devaluation of the currency. Two indicators which we are guilty of in this country under this current regime. As we speak, the domestic debt sits at over 18 trillion euros.
Hold on. Honorable members, my own
13.4 our GDP.
and when you talk about trillion, you're talking about the whole revenue.
Onions.
It's a lot of money.
Mr. Speaker, one country, two money. SO2. This is as a result of increased borrowing from our central bank. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, Economics 101 tells us that inflation is government's own way to take people's money without them realizing it. You may be tempted to ask how. Because if, for instance, inflation sits at 54.5%,
in nominal value,
in realistic terms, if you have 100,000 leones, it means the value of that 100,000 leones is 40-something thousand leones. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, and why you may ask why the government keep asking the central bank for more money. And they ask for more money, and where do you expect that the central bank to get that money from? Of course, they will print more money.